Hi everyone, Nat Amoore here. I'm a kids author and I have written books such as Secrets of a Schoolyard Millionaire, which is the story of two kids who find $1 million in their backyard and go on a massive spending spree, and The Power of Positive Pranking, which is the story of a kind of underground activist group of kids who take down an evil mayor and save their local park using the power of epic pranks. And the most recent one, The Right Way to Rock, which is the story of a kid from a family of like rock music, but he has a secret obsession with Broadway musicals. And so he joins a Broadway Appreciation Society, and him and his new friends save the arts in their town by writing a musical about their town. So I'm here today to talk to you a little about the latest book. So these books, they aren't really a series. They're kind of like companion novels. So they all happen in the same school and in the same town, but each book is about a different kid. So they can be read individually, but it's also kind of cool if you read them all or read them in order as well. So the latest one, The Right Way to Rock, it just came out in the beginning of June. So it's all shiny and new and exciting. And I've had an opportunity to do some really cool things with the launch of this book. So the first thing I did was when I got my first box of books, I did an unboxing video with a little bit of a Broadway musical theme. So I thought you might like to check it out. Here it is. Look what just arrived. Now, how to get my book out into the hands of the people.
Hello, my name is Nat Amoore, and I would like to share with you the most amazing book. Hello. My name is Nat Amoore. It's a book about great music in a lot of different forms. It has so many awesome parts. You simply won't believe how much this book can change your life. Hello. My name is Nat Amoore. I would like to share with you this book of awesomeness. Hello. My name is Nat Amoore.
Hello.
Did you know that in my books kids always find a way? You can read all about it now.
Hello.
In this nifty book, it's free. No, you don't have to pay.
You do.
Hello. My name is Nat Amoore, and can I leave this book with you for you to just peruse?
Hello. Hello.
Hello. I'll just leave it here. It has a lot of information you can really use. Hello.
Hi.
My name is Holy Cow.
Have a lovely day.
Hello. It's an amazing book.
Bonjour. Hola. Ni hao.
Me llamo Nat Amoore.
Are these your kids?
This book gives you the secret to a happy life. A happy life with music hype.
It's super fun. Ding dong.
And if you let us in, we'll show you how it can be
No
done.
thanks. Sure. Oh well. That's fine. Goodbye.
Have this instead.
Hey now.
You simply won't believe how much this book can change your life.
Change your life.
This book can change your life.
Hello, would you like to change favourite authors? I've got an awesome book written by me.
So that video was heaps of fun to make. And then I had an epic book launch, which I'm going to show you some videos from the book launch at the end of this. But before I do, I'd like to read you a little bit from The Right Way to Rock. I thought I would kind of just read the first chapter because that makes the most sense. Now, because Mac is obsessed with Broadway musicals, each chapter starts with a song from a Broadway musical that's been rewritten to kind of suit his life. So we're going to have a little read of chapter 1 from The Right Way to Rock. Act 1, Scene 1. Mac Cooper's bedroom. The sounds of Watterson create a rhythm. The honk of a car horn, the ding of a bicycle bell, the thud of roadworks. The beat builds up, providing a soundtrack to Mac Cooper's awakening. He leaps out of bed, throwing the curtains wide open as sunlight streams onto his face like a spotlight. And a bluebird lands on the windowsill. Mac sings to the streets. Good Morning Watterson, to the tune of Good Morning Baltimore from Hairspray. Good morning, Watterson. Every day promises more fun. Every night is a wistful dream. Every kid has a brilliant scheme. Good morning, Watterson. And someday when all's said and done, no matter how far I might roam, Watterson is home. Mac Fleetwood Cooper, you better be in the shower already. I press stop on Mum's old iPhone, cutting off my musical alarm and abruptly ending my show-stopping performance. Mum bursts through the bedroom door, but she's definitely not here to give me a standing ovation. "Shower! Now!" she yells as she fights with her inside-out t-shirt that's in her grip. "Mum!" I yell. "What happened to knocking?" She mumbles at me through the fabric as she yanks the tea down over her messy hair. "I'll start knocking when you start being able to get yourself ready and into the shower before every other kid is already in first class." She tugs on the bottom of her faded Fleetwood Mac t-shirt and tries to pat down her hair. A hairbrush might have more effect, but she's got that "don't push me" look in her eye, so I don't suggest it. "Well," she says, glaring at me like one wrong move will have me babysitting Stevie for eternity. I look over what I call her uniform. Mum's wardrobe looks a little bit like Bart Simpson's, but instead of a whole heap of blue shorts and red t-shirts, it's faded rock band tees and ripped jeans, which she actually paid for. The rips, I mean. Mum grabs hold of the sides of her hair. "I swear to Gwen Stefani, if you are not in the shower by the count of 3, Mac, I don't wait to hear the end of it. I duck past her and bolt for the bathroom, molting clothes onto the floor as I go. Stevie's sitting in the middle of the hall playing Lego in his undies. I hurdle him, yelling, "Stevie, duck! Duck, duck, goose!" he sings, not even ducking in the slightest bit. But I clear his head with ease. Within 45 seconds, I'm in the shower and have avoided the wrath of Morning Mum. Morning Mum is not my real mum. She's some kind of monster that comes from finishing work at 2 a.m. and having to get 2 boys ready and out the door before 8:30 a.m. My real mum's pretty cool and pretty chill and even a little bit patient. Morning Mum is none of those things. You don't mess with Morning Mum. I tilt my head back and the warm water drums out a beat on my forehead. I can't stay in here for too long, but if I skip washing my hair, I'll have time for one song. I grab Mum's back scrubber and flip through the songbook in my head. I land on "Consider Yourself" from Oliver and flick on my imaginary top hat. I raise the scrubbing brush to my lips and bout out the words in my best Cockney accent, my singing muffled by the bathroom fan and the pelting water. I barely get to the first chorus before Morning Mum is screeching at me again. So I put away my microphone brush and finally finish actually washing myself. "I shouldn't have to be on your back in the mornings anymore, Mac," Mum says as I make my way into the kitchen. "You're going to be in high school next year? High school! The least you can do is get yourself ready on time." "Time, Mr. Wolf, what's the time?" Stevie yells out. Mum dumps a bowl of soggy cornflakes in front of him. I fill my own bowl and Mum rages a breakfast war with Stevie, who is totally capable of feeding himself, but totally bored by it at the same time. High school next year. A feeling of dread creeps over me. I want to think it's going to be just like High School Musical, all of us dressed in crisp red and white uniforms, sing about how we're all in this together. But my guess is that the reality is far less boppy. The local high school colours are brown and yellow too, which is just gross. "Have you got band practice today?" Mum asks. She watches Stevie through narrowed eyes as he attempts to get the cornflake-filled spoon into his mouth using his left hand. Stevie's right-handed, but he likes a challenge. He fails miserably, sending the soggy flakes splattering all over Mum's face. "Stevie Nick Cooper," she yells. Mum loves using our full names when we're in trouble. I was named after the band Fleetwood Mac, and Stevie was named after their lead singer, Stevie Nicks. She thinks that's pretty clever. I just kind of find it embarrassing. And a bit sad that we didn't even get our own names. We're just borrowing someone else's. If you haven't guessed by the t-shirts and our names, Mum is a big fan of rock bands. Like, a big fan. With Fleetwood Mac being the #1 supreme rock band of all time. Mum's words, not mine. Yeah, I've got practice after school. I pour milk on my cereal and wait for it to go soggy. "School bell, ring, ring," shouts Stevie, dropping another left-handed spoonful of flakes and milk. Half of it splashes up into Mum's hair and the other half drips onto his bare legs. I notice Mum isn't giving him the "you're going to be in primary school next year, the least you can do is wear pants" lecture. Mum throws a cloth at Stevie. "I give up," she says, picking soggy flakes out of her hair. She points at me, a little bit of cornflake mush hanging from the end of her finger. Tell your brother to eat like a normal kid. Here, I say, moving to sit next to Stevie. Let's try with our right hand, but we have to eat 1 spoon every count of 8. I take my phone out of my pocket and find Stevie's playlist. Tones and I bops through the speakers. Dance monkey, Stevie coos. That's right, I say, but only if you eat your breakfast with your right hand. Stevie slides back into his chair, picks up his spoon and eats in unison with me. 1 spoonful on every count of 8 as Tone asks us to dance for her. I don't know why he likes this song so much, says Mum as she throws together our lunches. I've tried all the really good bands, but they just don't have the same effect. Stevie's already halfway through his cereal as he bops away and chews in time to the beat. I point that out to Mum. I don't know why you fight it. If he likes it and it makes him stop throwing food at you, then why not just let him listen? She shrugs. I know, but I just want him to appreciate real music. Mum has a very narrow view of real music. It's like a pyramid of rock. Fleetwood Mac are perched right at the top, untouched by any other band in the history of music. And then all her other 90s favourites sit just below. No Doubt, Alanis Morissette, the Cranberries. Then everything that isn't rock is unacceptable. So if she doesn't approve of Stevie's love of indie pop, it should be pretty easy to see why I keep my Broadway performances strictly for the shower. He's 5, Mum. Last week his favourite song was Baby Shark. I wouldn't be too worried about his musical appreciation just yet. I go back to stabbing at my cereal. Bread slips across the kitchen bench as Mum slaps on way too much peanut butter. It's never too early to make sure he's on the right path. He's got great rhythm, you know. I think he's going to be a drummer. I've already asked about lessons. This doesn't surprise me at all. She had me in guitar lessons at 4, so she probably considers Stevie a slow starter. Mum whacks the bread together and wraps the pretty rough-looking sandwiches in cling wrap. I start at 5 tonight, so Mrs. Moshi will be here from 4. She throws the mangled sandwiches in our lunch boxes and slides them to the end of the counter. Do you want me to drop Stevie off, or can you take him? I'll take him. I clear Stevie's empty bowl as he slips down off his chair. I stop him before he skips away. If you can be ready before the end of the next song. What is it? Stevie says, holding his breath and waiting. The next track on his playlist starts. The Kids Are Coming by Tones and I. I grin at him. Your favourite. Stevie puts his hands on my cheeks and squishes my face together. Your favourite brother is me, he yells and bolts to his bedroom to get dressed. Lately, he's got this habit of taking the last word you say and turning it into another sentence. It's really annoying and ridiculously cute. But that sums up Stevie perfectly. I'll take that as a yes, I yell after him. I finish packing my school bag before Stevie comes back, then take his hand. Mum covers both our faces in kisses and herds us towards the door. Make sure you're straight home after practice, Mac. I'll pick Stevie up. I pause in the hall. Actually, Mum, I'm supposed to make this solar system thing for school, and I haven't even started. Maybe I could ask Miss Fox if it's okay to skip band practice and get the work done instead. Mum looks at me like I just asked if I could sell Stevie to the second-hand store. Miss band practice? She pulls Stevie's bags up onto his shoulder. No way. Don't worry, I'll sort out the solar system for you. Mum, it's my homework. You can't do it for me. She rolls her eyes. Band practice will do more for your rock career than painting a few styrofoam balls ever will. Mum! Ugh, okay, fine. Go to practice and then I'll help you with the project. If we don't get it done on time, I'll talk to Mr. Deary. He'll understand that you can't let Miss Fox or the rest of the band down. You have commitments. I throw my bag over my shoulder. I think Mr. D probably considers schoolwork a commitment too, Mum. Ha ha, Mum says sarcastically as she pushes us out the door. Put it this way. Do you want to be an astronaut? No. Exactly. You want to be a rock star, and rock stars have to practice their music. Now, get to school and be good. Good luck with that, Stevie yells as he waves goodbye. Mum shuts the door behind us. I close my eyes for a second and practice the words in my head for the gazillionth time. I don't want to be a rock star either, Mum. I wonder what they would sound like out loud. Come on, Stevie says, yanking on my hand. I want to get to school. Said no kid ever, I mumble under my breath and let myself be dragged off down our street. So that's just the opening bit of The Right Way to Rock. So I hope you enjoyed it. I thought I'd give you a little taste of what my book launch looked like, because there's so much Broadway musicals and like show-stopping stuff that I thought I'd bring a little bit of it to my book launch. So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of what the book launch looked like. And then maybe for my next book, which I think should be out in March 2022, you could come along to my book launch and have a bit of fun as well. If you want to know more about me or any of my books, you can check out my website at www.natamoore.com, and there's heaps of information there about school visits and my books and a bit about me and a lot of the funny videos I make you can watch there as well. Thanks so much for listening in. Thanks so much for having me, WestWords. And here you go. Here's a little taste of what a Nat Amoore book launch looks like.
1, 2.
The right way to rock, rock, rock. The right way to rock, rock, rock. The right way to when you wake one morning and don't like where you're at. Don't just sulk or tweet it or blame it on the cat.